City, shut your hole. What? It's a Samsung, but all I needed to say is, City, shut your hole. I was going to do flying, but actually I've got an audience, so that's pretty astounding. So yeah, anybody that's looking at me thinks, fuck's sake, who's this cunt? Right, I'm Andrew Vannan. I do comedy, but I also do YouTubes. YouTube videos are called, and I am on what we call dating websites, but it's not like the dating websites that get to the point where you say, I love you. It skips all of that I love you bullshit. It gets straight to the punchline and a happy conclusion. So yeah, what else to say about my life? Sometimes I see and hear unfortunate things in public transport. I wonder why I got signed up that crisis team. Fuck knows. But anyway, I'll tell you something. Before I go into my madness, right? How devastating is this situation? You're about to go for a city link and you're going to go up to Dundee. And you're waiting for your bus and it's meant to come in and leave for 50 minutes past every hour. The hour comes, 5 past comes, 10 past comes, and then this skanky, dirty, like white bus pulls in where your bus is meant to park in, and then you look at the logo on the front. First! What is this fuckery all about? They have swapped a city link for a first bus! Are you fucking joking me? And then when I realised what was going on, suddenly I almost felt like a punch in the stomach. Oh! The trauma of being swapped a city link for a first bus. It's awful. Who does that to their passengers? If you do that as a company to your clientele, you're one savage fucking bastard. There's only one place for you. Hell! And the other thing is, it was fucking hell in that kind of plain white first bus, because it had a toilet up at the back. And it was locked. So we are 2 hours cross-legged. City like, you're not my friend anymore. So I'm going to start my one hour show called Snack Crap, and obviously it's a play on the actual photo instant messaging service called Snapchat. So yeah, the first part I'm going to tell you is like puns and funniness and whatever else, and then it's, the other side is a hopefully whistle-stop tour through social media without labouring on for too long. So yeah, I'm going to get cracked on with this shit. So everyone, is everyone from Scotland? Yeah. Anyone from England? Anyone from outside of Europe?
Yeah, Australia.
Australia, lovely. I've got friends and family through Australia, and yous are lucky bastards because yous have good weather 24 hours, 365, and also the talent on Tinder is fucking amazing, by the way. Even the gargoyles, right? My mate showed me through, was it Tinder, right? And you were looking through these guys, and they look like Thor doppelgangers, you know, like Chris Hemsworth's. And I'll tell you something, I'd actually have a chance to say no. I've got to admit, I mean, although I might be shit, I would actually be thinking, I'd have difficulty saying no in that situation, to be perfectly honest. And if I was getting ridden around the living room with someone that looks like Thor, you know, I would actually not mind that. I've got to admit that. And yes, things get very frank and true and raw on this weird, fucked up bus trip, but let's keep going on with this shit. So, anyone done anything interesting today?
Watch Netflix.
Slept, Netflix.
Work.
Work? I thought I'd say work. I was like, what? But I was like, work, okay.
Work.
And anybody else doing anything interesting today? Right, well, to be honest, I didn't really do much myself today, and you know, I didn't really have anything interesting to do today. I just kind of looked at the window and seen that X4 go up the road and went, that's an X4. I didn't really think much else of it, to be perfectly honest. So, and then I got myself in here, had lots of coffee, yes, because I love to buzz my face off in caffeine. So yeah, that's kind of what I did today. A lot of comedians ask, oh, what did you think of X political event or X political event, you know, like Brexit or India? You know what? I don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. In actual fact, both days that the NDF and the Brexit were happening, I was doing my day job, you know, my 8 AM to 12 PM, and I got home, cracked one out, fell asleep, and played for like 3. Very constructive day. But anyway, you're probably not wanting to hear too much of my cracking one off and shit. I'm just going to see if I'm still working on the camera. Just 6. Yep. So, yeah, things are a bit kind of raw in my cat, so it's going to happen. So yeah, just wanted to ask a question. What kind of shoes is most likely to get stoned? High tops? What kind of what game does snowmen like the most? Thought Out 4. Yeah, it does get as cheesy as fuck as that, right? What kind of film does Snowflakes like? Frozen. Now, talking of dating, you know, I said before, you know, I am Kelsa Priest, psycho as fuck, and yeah, I use these dating apps, but I don't use the ones that could get you love. It's more like it's the ones that could get you a quick bonk for the night or whatever. In one case, a quick bonk in the back seats of a bus, but yeah. So it's like these things like Be Naughty and Adult Friend Finder, and that's exactly the websites I want. So on one occasion on Adult Friend Finder, a lassie came forward to me and says, talk juicy to me. Talk juicy? Ah? Well, that's fucking lucky because I've just got the shopping in for the week, and I guided her through what I bought in soft drinks and also hard drinks. So I was talking to her about like a Tesco Iron Brew versus a Real McCoy and Asda Lemonade versus Schweppes and things like what's it called, Tropicana versus what was it called? It was called Citrus. I mean, I think that was that juicy she hung up the phone on me. So, well. And then I'm being naughty, I let her come forward for Crick and Tillich to ask me to talk dirty to him. Talk dirty? I'm a fucking cleaner, this is brilliant. Yes! Right, so I talked to her about that week. I walked into the student residence which I was doing the cleaning in, and there was this awful smell coming down the hallway, and we went into the laundry room. And he did tell us that somebody threw up in the tumble dryer overnight. They had a laundry party and got drunk, threw up and switched the tumble dryer on, put 20p in the machine, hot temperature. Right? The smell was absolutely fucking profound. It actually makes the toilets inside the megabuses actually not too bad. The smell was vile, and we got the Johnny guy in, and then they got the plumber in. The plumber guy said the machine was fucked beyond repair because some vomit had landed on printed boards and that and knackered the whole machine. And then there was the other day that I was doing the student resis, and I was emptying the tag up bins in the pissing wet rain. It was that dirty. She hung up, maybe she had some kind of heart attack at the opposite end of the phone, maybe I should have phoned up the ambulance, who knows. Ah well, we've got to move on, let that bitch die. So there was another time somebody came forward to chat to me on Adult Friend Finder, and right away I was concerned because it wasn't a picture of them. It was a picture of a kid on the left-hand side and a dog on the right-hand side, and the background of that is a washing machine. Right, and I thought, right, I'm quite cynical. What the fuck's this clown got? Right, okay, let's zoom into the picture. Zoom. Mealy. A Mealy washing machine. They kind of things sell in John Lewis's for £1,700. So if this woman is actually genuine, she could be quite a classy lassie. Recently, a friend that hadn't seen me for ages and he was a bit concerned, so he says to me, Andy, I'm a bit concerned, I haven't seen you in God knows how long. Let's meet up. We're all meeting up Friday night at Katie's in John Street. Alright. And I tell you something, when we had a meet up Katie's, it was the most fucking amazing night going. And at the end of the night, the mate who invited me says to me, Andy, you're going to need to get up night bus home yourself. And I'm like, what? How? He says, well, I've got a pool and I'm going to be taking this in home, and he had bunk fun with him. Bunk fun? What the fuck's bunk fun? Like, is that like playing Call of Duty with, on Xbox One with your ass? Is that something like long coach journeys with your arse? Is that what is this fucking bunk fun about? I mean, like, what is this about? Is this long coach journey with your arse? Is that checkers with your arse? Who knows? But anyway, yeah, it was a very good night, and you know, I do a lot of travelling, and I see a lot of weird shit, right? But anyway, I went down to Manchester for the weekend, and I went to a place to do a bit of shopping called the Arndale Centre. But you don't confuse this Arndale Centre with the Arndale Centre up in Drumchapel for mental health problems. But I thought I was actually having a genuine mental health crisis, because this woman came hurtling towards me in a wee black penny that said Ann Summers. And she came straight up to me and said, are you getting bed? Fuck's sake, that's a bit awkward and forward. And I had to answer that question literally. And I says to her, well, after I take my nighttime lithium and quetiapine, I'm out in that bed for 12 hours, 15 hours, and sometimes if nobody bothers me with a shitey drama on Facebook, I could be sleeping away happily for 16 hours. So to answer that question, I might be very good in bed. And the look on her face was absolutely horrifying. Now, randomly segueing on to comic book characters, right? You've got He-Man from He-Man, obviously, you know, he doesn't exactly exist in the laundrette or anything, but anyway, yeah, so, you know, like, He-Man has been a much loved character for nearly, 30 years, and for nearly 30 years, everyone's been questioning his sexuality. And to be honest, I don't give a fuck what he takes to bed, I don't care what the fuck he screws and bangs. As long as he's having fun, that's the main thing. But my particular attention goes to the hand puppet called Orko. That dirty bugger's had all sorts of hands up beside him. Is that why his spells keep misfiring? Because he's got some horrible, like, chlamydia or gonorrhea, and that interferes with his spells and makes him go up your kind of thing. You know, that's always what I wanted to ask. Orko, use the hand up again. So yeah, it's another bit of comic book kind of capers. As one night, it was genuine. I seen a truck that represents Optimus Prime outside Cat House, parked up. I don't know why. Well, turns out he's a heavy metal head, and he was wanting to listen to me. Now, there's this lady that she does her wee songs live on stage, and in between the songs she likes to get particularly fucked at her tits on the joints. Apart from her name's Mariana Grande. At this point in time, I want to welcome to the stage a very, very special friend. Bring to the stage, First Bus West Lothian. Give him a proper good cheer. Cheer up, imagine someone's bought you drugs. Get the cheering going. Anyway, yeah, so 2 points of First Bus West Lothian I want to talk about, right? And I don't know why they do it, but anyway they do it because of First Bus West Lothian. They like to name their bus routes wanky names, like the Pioneering Spirit and the Discovery Route. Well, I was on that Discovery Route one day, and I could tell you, it was a journey of discovery. And I tell you what happened. I was on the bus, and this wee Raj guy comes sitting beside me and said, "Alright, mate." I was like, "Alright. Would you be interested in a block of hash?" And I didn't really say one thing or another to it. And then he whips it out. And at first I thought it was on BlackBerry phones because they're quite big. No, that's what she said, but anyway. But this thing, I thought it was a fucking phone, but no, he says, "That's your whack for a fiver." I says, "Fuck." I quickly assessed the situation. And it wasn't that, you know, a shite hash, a dark black hash. It was actually, it had an actual colour on it called brown. And it's quite potent when it's brown. The only thing that derailed me from that sale was I can't smoke hash at this point in time because I'm on high power medication. So unfortunately I couldn't take the sale. But the thing is, if I look at it objectively, right, scrub away the word cheap, scrub away the word bargain, 3 words, fucking recession busting. That's how you do deals. That's exactly how you do deals. And I'm still bitter I didn't get a bit of that bloody hash, but it was a good, I would say a good 25-30 grams sitting there. And it was the size of my fucking hand, I'm gutted. But also to further rub it in my face, I was on what you call Pioneering Spirit First Bus. Right, and the only thing that happened spiritually on that fucking bus was some mad Raj guy gets on Broxburn, and he comes on with a big one of vodka, Smirnoff's finest. Right, sits down, and through that journey of about an hour, 15 minutes, he just chugs away, and I know that's also what she said, but anyway. But by the time the bus gets to Waverley, the person wobbles up to the door. And because when you open a door, fresh air comes through, ooh, that's a shock new factor. But anyway, the fresh air takes him it knocks him for 6, you know. Sometimes when you're drunk and you come out of somewhere and fresh air hits you, it's like, oh. But literally this person went, oh, planted the fucking flare, and everybody just walked all over him, getting off the bus. So yeah, that's the only thing that's spiritual about Pioneering Spirit. But thank you for joining this First Bus West Lothian. Apart from other forms of transport, you know, occasionally I like to wander out to London on the bus because trauma wasn't enough. So I was on the bus and I thought because I wasn't on the megabus I was going to be okay. Fuck that's a lot of bullshit. And you know, the guy beside me pulls in the wee tables that are sitting on the back of the seats, and then he drops a big pile of ching, and he sniffs it up with a fiver because he's a cheap fucking bastard that doesn't use a 20 note when needed. So he went with his nose, and you know, I'm not judging what he's doing, although he's a junky bastard. Ultimately, I can see what he's doing. He's taking the term National Express a wee bit too literally. You're getting right proper rush. They thought the bus is only capped at 62 miles an hour, so you've got to do something, didn't you? So, yeah, back kind of homeward way, my friend had phoned me and says, Andy, mate, I need a tenner tart till Wednesday. Was that right, Stephen? Kiss, kiss. Sorry. It's probably one of them, I don't know, like a friend I found I made. But anyway, yeah, I was saying Stephen was needing a tenner tart till Wednesday. And this day in concern, what a lucky boy he was, because their kitchen was getting a refurb and everything was outside. So I ran round the back and seen the tap still attached to the sink, so I just detached it and then took the tap in my hand, ran like bucket here, ran like bucket all the way up to his house. Ding dong, answers the door. I says, bring your hand out. And I just whammed this grubby tap into his hand. And I said, you return it on Wednesday, huh? And moral of the story, just to let you know, he returned the tap on Wednesday. what a clever boy. Now, up my way should be more known as mental time, not knightshood. But anyway, up the top of the sheet, there's a house, and the family think they're haunted by ghosts. Not just both genders of ghosts, but male ghosts. And apparently these male ghosts have been causing a lot of issues. They're doing a lot of sexual shit apparently. And they're wanting to place exercise because male ghosts are getting involved in khaki. Talking about travel again, right? See during, like, travelling to England during the Indie refs and the bloody Brexits and all the other fucking referendums under the sun, right, was a fucking nightmare. And people, as soon as, you know, like, you come through Birmingham New Street Station and people could hear a Glaswegian or otherwise accent and they come up to you, are you Scottish? Are you Scottish? Are you Scottish? Are you Scottish? What do you think of the referendum? What do you think of Indie? What do you think of Brexit? Well, to kind of formatively answer that question, right, I have travelled for the best part of 9 hours from Glasgow down to Birmingham on a National Express coach to get away from that shit. So that's what I exactly think at this point in time. And just to do this National Express for a few minutes, I was actually travelling with its rival, Megabus. But anyway, yeah, I was on the bus and the boy beside me whips out a bottle of poppers and he starts sniffing away. That's a prop for poppers. Right, I'm not judging what he's doing or what he's going to do, but he clearly is taking the term mega buzzing a wee bit too literally. A group of friends from the Glasgow Uni languages department had decided to go for a quick trip down to Manchester. Maybe they heard about me, I don't know. But anyway, the collective of 4 got a train down to Manchester and stayed in a nice hotel. For the purposes of this joke, this group collective is known as Translation Express. Anyone use Virgin trains? Have you ever noticed when you've been maybe dying to squeeze a logger, right? You go into the toilet and you go into the toilet and you're just about to make contact with the bloody seat and it says, please do not flush. Sanitary towels, paper towels, gum, unpaid bills, knitted jumpers, hope streams or gillfish down this toilet. Right, and I'm just sitting there like just an inch away from firing it out. Right? And to be honest, I suddenly get a fear, I get the fear at this point in time because it's recorded announcement. Is that toilet a mouth or a face? What the fuck is going on? I don't want to be part of these mad kinky
parties. And honestly, at that point, I could actually feel the jobby go back up me. And it's like, what the fuck? I'm not doing myself in my own jobby, but anyway. But it was fucking weird. And I was like, oh my god, it better be non-talking toilets somewhere else in the train. So I'm running up the main carriage, like the main part of the, that wee bit that you run up. I think it's called jail. It's the fucking thing, and I'm getting fat as fuck. And I'm waddling, my hands are halfway up my arms, and I'm like, ah! And then I find one of these non-talking toilets, and I'm like, pew! It's fucking getting very quick enough. But I do have an interesting rant about jobbies in a general sense, and if at the end of the show we have enough time, you can hear it at the time. But anyway, another situation, and it's not to do with Virgin Trains, it's to do with ScotRail. Who loves ScotRail? Gives us a cheer.
Scotfield.
Yeah.
Scotfield.
Exactly. I mean, if he were a Twitter, not a Twitter, if he were a Tinder, I would be swiping left, because it's just, they just know how to fuck things up in the best way possible, and the worst way possible, and anything all above it possible. But anyway, yeah, and they know how to rob my fucking innocence and dignity. Right, this is what I'm about to talk about, right? So you go into the toilet and these trains have been adapted with these new disabled friendly press the button e-toilets. They call them e-toilets because it's just click a button and the thing opens itself and does various things on its own. Right, and I went in and pressed the thing to lock and closed the door, and I thought, right, I'm safe, away from the world, I'm busting for a pish. Let's whip it out and piss like fury. Right, and mid-pish, I seen my reflection in the mirror, and I looked at the look I was giving myself back. I looked pretty fucking gone. I just looked like some mad gone person with knob out. But anyway, yeah, and mid-pish, the toilet door opened. Although I pressed the lock, it even said toilet door lock. So something overrided the lock, right? And the thing was, at that point I was still pissing, and then I turned around and I just literally just stopped. So I was like, giving this guy a golden look. I can't get my hand, and it was like unsurprised looking. But in that circumstance, there's three ways to react. You could act raging, swearing, and whatever happens. Or laugh it off, stuff it off, we've all got the same bits and pieces underneath, cotton balls, you name it. Or, if that bastard isn't moving, pick it up. Stage X. And I tell you what stage X is. If a guy isn't moving, I can just say to him, well, you seem right, so let me see yours. Big boy. And that gets people moving quicker than any ScotRail train or Northern Rail train or any other generic disaster train. So yeah, that's kind of what I think the train toilets are absolutely just fucking shite, to be honest. And I'm going to be singing two songs for you. The first one is about the bailiff. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Someone's knocking on my door. It's a bailiff. I should have been paying my bills or set up a payment plan. Oh Lordy Lord, I'm up the shit. Oh yes I am. So I'm going to get the lyrics for the other song because this one is a bit longer, and basically it's like basically saying to the world, I don't give a Scooby-Doo. Don't give a Scooby-Doo about the weather, about your day or what team you support. I don't give a fuck about your politics, Pokemon Go or Instagram likes. I don't give a hoot about your family, your Netflix history or your Yelp reviews, so get it right. Oh yeah! So yeah, I'm going to be moving over to the actual social media part. Somebody did say to me once, you can't be doing all them, that's what she said things. it may not look good for you. And I says, well, with all due respect, you sort of talking about when you invite mistresses into your house and tie them up to office chairs and spank them. So with all due respect, your input's not needed. So I am going to be talking about social media. And social media is quite weird, I've got to admit. But there's two guys that get stoned on YouTube. What do you call a channel? Stoner Tube. Now, I wonder if you know what an electrician's best website? BuzzFeed. And to be perfectly honest, regarding BuzzFeed, you would have had to have at least had about 3 or 4 electric shocks on your body to think BuzzFeed is somewhat palatable or okay. Now, BuzzFeed personality quizzes, I have a problem with right the fuck away. And the thing is, it says, oh, do this personality quiz and you'll find out what a Star Wars character or Transformers character or whatever you like. Hentai maybe. But anyway, to be perfectly honest, if you're really wanting a real, factual, a true personality test, you go to your doctors, you say, I am mental, I need to get assessed. And you go for your personality assessment up at the Arndale Centre, sometimes other places like Sandy Road, or some other place. Not needing to rely on fucking BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed doesn't have a psychiatry degree attached to its name. It has shite attached to its name. See, I don't know, but anybody else see the chronic misuse of the job description box on Facebook? Like, let's say you're looking at John Smythe's Facebook, right? And it says, John Smythe works at full-time legend, works at here. Full-time legend, that's just a fucking ego massage, isn't it? Like, think about it, it's not full-time legend, it's full-time ball bag, that's what it is. Right, and then you've got. I've seen this recently. Honestly, I always fell off my chair laughing. It was superhero at Enlightenment Guru. Another scary even cynicism from Mr. Vannan. But basically, what I think about that one is somebody that gets stoned regularly. They've got good ideas, but when they get to that level of fucked, they forget what they were talking to me about, and they forget to write it down. So we can't exactly enforce it. We've got good ideas, but they're getting too stoned. Oh, here's the one that is actually the job description of my neighbour upstairs. Yummy mummy at family is everything. That basically says to me that quote unquote, I don't have any career goals or ambitions. However, I'm making sure the taxpayer pays for all the bills if I do up my fanny like Smarties. And she's worse than neighbour out. But anyway, I could do a comedy show about her that she had called Glasgow Salaric Association a fun on GHA. But anyway, right. On social media, at the end of every year, usually the 27th of December onwards, you get all these New Year, New Me, fucking wank. Right? New Year, New Me, giving up the drink, giving up the drugs, giving up gambling, prostitutes, poor life choices, poor fashion choices, whatever it is. It's all just shite. Shite, 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 shite. Shite, 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 shite. But anyway, these fucking New Year resolutions, they don't last any more than about 14, 15 days. And then, boop, right? You met Debbie Sue, she's back at eating the burgers, and you can meet the boy Shaka, he's back pumping prostitutes. Then you get Kelly, she's out back on the ganj. Everything's returning back to normal. Fantastic. Something that really ups the shit out of me. Veganuary/Dry January. Right, these two put together into one are massive lifestyle choices just for 51 days. The month of January. I mean, like, think about it. We're all fucked in like, the month of January. We're fucking pratted. So, like, big lifestyle choices, changes, actually cost a fuck ton of money. It's an idea set for failure. And the other thing is, like, before I go into too much about me, I eat shite with pride, motherfucker. And I don't care who the fuck knows, I eat shite and I will continue to eat shite. And the only time I will stop eating shite is when I choose not to do eating of shite. And also, with this kind of health kick thing, it's only for 51 days. If I'm going to be making a health change in my life, it's going to last a bit more than 50 to 31 days before Facebook likes. It's going to be there for quite a considerable period more. I hate these fucking buzz kiggy things. Oh, and another thing I love. Facebook hangover statuses. So they appear before 12 PM on a Sunday, and they disappear and die before 8 PM on a Sunday. Right? Basically, people are saying to the world, look, I've fucked up, I've over-accessed, I've basically self-induced harm to myself. Yeah, I want some likes. I don't think that logic is good. I think it's fucking terrible. And if you're going to get likes, at least do something fucking cool, like some kind of photography shit, videography shit, maybe a joke onto Facebook, something that actually has creative impact on people, and it makes people maybe have a bit of a better day. That's a better way of getting a like, not fucking self-indulgence slash overindulgence and wanting a bunch of likes with it. It's fucking bullshit. Social media is fucked in many aspects. Right. Can I ask anyone, does anyone know what you call the starter pack memes?
What?
It's called starter pack memes.
Starter pack memes.
Right, so like, let's say up at the top of the page, you've got a topic like Brexit.
Okay.
Then you've got a kind of big square that's divided into 4 wee bits. Bottom, or is it top right, and top left, bottom left, and bottom right. Right, and in these wee individual cells, I call them, it's usually something that's actually on top of the topic head, like Brexit or something like that. But in this situation, I'm going to be calling it the Scottish Facebook users starter pack meme. Right, I'll try and Google up the starter pack memes at the break, and I'll show you what we are if anyone wants to see. But basically, in your top left panel, right, you have got ramming your political thoughts down everybody's throats. It's a very, very Scottish thing to do. If you're not doing it at least twice a week, you're English. And then on the bottom left one, we have got anti-English sentiment, RE voting, Facebook, football, Brexit, anything, etc. And then you've got on your top right here, you have got telling people how shite football teams are. Oh, that's wonderfully Scottish. I'm about to have a Scottish gasm. But, and then on the bottom right, seeing people who are creative or got artistic flair and telling them they're autistic. That's an incredibly Scottish thing to do, especially on social media. If you're not doing that, you might be from Birmingham. And as this lassie, she got her fanny out for Twitter.
She what?
She got a fanny out for Twitter. It was a tit-twat moment. Now, at this point in time, I want to tell you a story, and it's actually something that happened to me. But I wanting to tell you something, and I call it a ballad of Salvador Caetano, right? It's a bit of a tongue twister, right? But basically, between 2012 and 2015, I was forever getting told by these three guys from my school. One was a hipster, one was a weirdo, and one was an emo. I don't know how they actually had any credence doing it anyway, because they're all social pariahs. But anyway, the problem all stopped in 2015, and then in 2016, dare I do it, I'm a naughty, naughty boy, referred to one of her names, and a joke on a stand-up set. The guy got very triggered. He threatened to assault me, but I couldn't screen that, and I said to him that I've actually, I can email that to play Scotland and see how long you last before you get arrested. And suddenly, his arse collapsed. He reversed his angriness, and he actually invited me to a full conversation. And we had a chit chat, and actually he apologised for the 3 years of trolling and also a catfish. They tried to catfish me, but I didn't send my dick pic, I just sent a picture, it was on Google. But anyway, that's a strange thing. He actually posed as a one called Wilma. But anyway, yeah, he didn't get my dick, so get it off him. No one gets a Vannan dick without bloody being real. But anyway, he and I got to a point in the phone conversation we were in very, very good communicative terms, and we actually met up. And we met up, we went and had lunch, it was very good, and a good couple of times after that we actually met up for a bit of novelty, fresh air. That was back in the time. I could smoke a joint, and the thing was, yeah, that was good. And I still see him sometimes in the area, and we just get a fast route kind of thing. It's all good. But the moral of the story, what I want to say is, if someone's getting you shite either at work or on Facebook or something like it, or they're giving you a message about a job, meet up, talk to them about it. Because sometimes chatting actually, it solves everything. And it can actually dispel the pish. And sometimes you actually bring it to the person's attention, and they realise they didn't even realise they were being pished towards you. And then you just work out with quotes like, oh, you said that and that day, you said that and that day, you said that and that day. And that's one thing that happened when I meet up. I actually showed him the print screens of what he was saying about me on Twitter and stuff like that, and then shit, I never realised that. I never realised I went so far with you, Andrew. Sorry. So, moral of the story, anybody that gives you shite in social media or in work or something like it, meet him in real life. And weirdly enough, you know why I used the term Salvador Caetano? The guy that was actually chatting to me via internet, then the phone first, he on social media calls himself Salvador Caetano. Right, at that point, that name, it kind of rings a bell, but I can't really kind of twig where it's come from. It kind of sounds either like a kind of Portuguese porn star or something like it. I put it into Google. It's actually something rather anticlimactic. It's it's some company that puts coaches together. And they're based in both Leicester and Portugal. But I mean, and really enough, on that topic, whilst I can read on it, right, every time I get a National Express coach, right, I'm just getting on the bus and I see the name above the door, you know, the black space above the door, Salvador Caetano.
I'm not going to use the guy's name, his real name, but anyway, I'm going to be talking to you about a thing called deviant art. Who knows about deviant art?
Deviant art.
Yeah, well, deviant art started actually as a kind of a website for students to upload their kind of portfolios and their kind of art stuff like that, you know, like putting their folios online, so if their folios get caught in pissing wet rain, blah blah blah, you know, student usual pish. If they get a folio ruined, there's a digital copy right there. Right? That's what it started for. Right? And then for some reason, some crazy critter out there decided to post pictures of superheroes, you know, hand-drawn pictures of superheroes, also known as user-generated fan drawings. Right? And then for some fucking odd reason, some mad, gas-sniffing, horned-up bastards brought it round to user-generated fan fiction, and that's like, you know, romantic situations like Batman meets Superman, and there's a bit of romance, maybe a bit of pencil hockey, something like it, and then there's user-generated fan fiction art. So that's like pictures you get, instead of imagining what Batfleck and what's his name, the dude with the bulge. Fuck. What's that? No, the dude with the bulge, fuck it, I don't know his name. But aye, Batman and Superman, pencil hockey, and you know, usually kind of what you call vanilla things. Black Kent, aye, that's classics. That's classics, Superman. But you see Batman and Superman, pencil hockey, and that's all they're doing. Oh, jammy fucking bastards.
He writes it as well, it's called slash fiction.
Yeah, and then that's where I'm coming up next. Right, but the next category on the thing is slash fiction, and it's a wee bit more sexual. Like Captain America shagging Iron Man, Iron Man.
Fucking more.
Yeah, that's more examples, right? Fair enough. You get for some reason, Optimus Prime is always getting butt fucked by Megatron and these things. Freaky shit like that, right? And it's like weird, and it's like ooh. And what was it? It was Jake the dog from Adventure Times getting bumped by the big, you know, the unicorn thing. And like, what the fuck? How can ladies bump? She's not a lady strap on them.
There's one from last week in the Strike Boy with Hugh Dennis.
Oh my god.
That's even more than that. And it's really fucked up. And then you've got to slash drawings. So you don't need to imagine it anymore. You can see Batman getting bumped up the arse by like Superman. It's Henry Cavill, and bloody Ben Affleck going at it, that kind of thing. And everything else you see, like for instance, here's something really fucking disturbing to freak you on. The film Cars. The film from 2006. I seen that, and it was fucking weird. So it's like Lightning McQueen, Bone and Sally Carrera. Right. And I was like, goodbye to the world. But what is next for deviant art? I don't want to know. Facebook, back to lovely Facebook. I love Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. Come down and demolish me, big boy. On Facebook, you sometimes see these fucking long-ass preachy statuses that are just fucking self-indulgent and shit. And they're usually on things like, oh, I'm going Disney because... Right? The thing is, like, when I see them on preachy statuses, right?
quite often they're actually censored up by Facebook because Facebook's got an algorithm and you only see about a couple lines of it and then it says, see more.
Yeah.
See the see more button on Facebook? Although it says see more, in my head it says, fuck this. Another thing that makes me say fuck this on social media is copy and paste costumes, like copy and paste for suicide awareness, copy and paste for Mr. Collector's awareness, copy and paste for whatever it is awareness, copy and paste for underground madcap disease awareness, right? And the thing is, they don't actually start changing causes. But people have jumped the bandwagon so fucking much, it's lost meaning. And when you see these things, they don't look fun or intelligent or engaging. They just look fucking shite, to be honest. And then you've got picture overlays on Facebook. You know, like let's say, I would say it's like. The colours one was the one that got turned into a bandwagon, but we're not going about that one, that's fine. But it's like the ones that, let's say your picture's here, and then the overlay goes over the left hand side of the photo and across, and it's like, let's say for instance, shelter, house and charity or something like that, blah 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 blah. But if you are doing things right, what you do is you make your donation first, and then put the overlay over your picture. But a lot of people, and it actually allows you just to take the overlay and use it without making a donation. But anyone that just basically uses the overlay and doesn't donate is an absolute cunt. Now, Facebook games. Right, I get the idea why people use Facebook games. They're bored and they don't want to rank themselves because they're already dead raw underneath, and they don't have their drugs till Wednesday. But the thing is, like, you get these games like Shitey Crush or whatever it is, and various things, and other things, you know. But the thing is, I'm more talking about the dangers of some of the games. Like there's this game that I know that you have to pay to get onto different levels, and you have to keep paying. And if you didn't watch yourself, you could actually you could actually drain your card account of hundreds of pounds within 3 minutes, just jumping through the levels, and that's actually fucking scary. If you download a game at a cost, you should be granted access all areas for a game. None of it is, you have to pay more, a bit more. I think it's absolutely ludicrous. That's scary because it could actually drain financially vulnerable people's card account within literally 2.5 minutes. A horror story I heard was somebody got drained out of their account nearly $2,000 in a minute. Yep. Because they were wanting into various levels, and instead of doing a thing where you get an access all area pass for one price, they had to pay for every bit to be unlocked, and before you knew it, they were up their arse in the dead, kind of thing. It's scary as fuck. And then they also see these games. There's games that are basically viruses. This is an iron thing that I want to talk about. Like, they will make Facebook statuses and send messages to people after you've logged out of every fucking device going. Right? You've logged out of everything and it's still messaging people saying, could I get your coins? Could I get your remaining coins? Could I progress? Usual stuff. And that is actually quite fucking scary because it's actually doing things out with your request. And also, some games, there have been 2 games out there that have actually installed viruses onto your Android device. So it's like making things like making up phone calls when your phone's off. There's a part of your phone, although you turn off, it's still on. And the person was, woke up, turned the phone on, and he had all sorts of irate messages. Oh, when you phone in me at 4 in the morning. Oh, shit. So, best bit of advice forward, don't use Facebook games, period. And see these, have you ever seen these recommendation statuses out there? The ones that goes, guys, do you know where the nearest Chinese from Langley Road is? And the thing is, before I go very much into that kind of thing, the thing is, like, these things are actually quite weird because it's always questions the person could answer themselves. And there was one occasion where a lassie asked about 568 of her Facebook friends where the nearest laundrette to her was because the dog started chatting, pissed all over the duvet, and it's disgusting, 18 emojis. And the thing was, I knew this. I knew this lassie, right? And I knew exactly where she stays. So because we used to hang out together, and I said to her, you realise there's actually a laundrette just across the road from you? Wasn't she the way? I thought that was a dry cleaner. And I said, you probably thought it was a dry cleaner because the big washing machine is nearest the window. And she says, oh, OMG, yeah. And she replied, she says, I'm going across the road to see what this laundrette's about. 2 hours later, she came back to me and she said, I got the duvet wash and dry for a tenner. Thank you, Andrew. That was really, how do you know this shit? And I said, no. It's, I just know my stuff. And apart from anything, the moral of the story I'm here to say is, if you move into an area, go around for a good hour or two, maybe 3 hour walk, just to find out where your nearest Chinese, takeaway store, laundry, pharmacy, doctors, etc. Because that 2 hours walk, 3 hours walk will probably save a lot of embarrassing questions being asked on Facebook and useless emojis being chucked all over the place. Now, one thing I especially love, oh my god, Mark Zuckerberg can't film me, thankfully, right, is these share if you agree statuses, right? These are not really statuses, they are colour-liticized pictures with a wee bit of text on it, blah 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 blah. It doesn't say blah 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 in real life, but anyway, the bottom line is share if you agree. I might agree with yours, but I don't exactly agree with spam. In the West End, you've got Pisano's Pizzas, right? And I'm not really going to mention about what we've got here. The pizza was like, but when I went there, like, everyone's probably been taught by our mummy or daddy how to eat a pizza. What you do is you just kind of, let's say that's the pizza over there. What you do is you go to one of the kind of eight triangles within the circle and just pull it from the side, pull it out, and then kind of slightly fold it up a bit, and then just launch it in the mouth. And that's what she said. But, and the thing is, that's what we've all been told. And this guy, who was a servant or whatever, servant, whatever designated waiter, waiter. The waiter came up and said to me, that's not how you eat our Pisano pizzas. Now, I says to him, right, well, you tell me how to eat the Pisano pizzas then. Right, so put it that way, he taught me how to eat the pizza, and there wasn't anything sexual involved, but anyway. I walked out the door after paying my pizza, and I just felt a bit patronised, to be honest, because you don't tell people how to eat pizza. That's about as condescending as walk down to a waterside and see one of the lassies shoot a boy off, and it says you're down to do it alright, you do tongue motion on the top, and drive him crazy, tickle the boss, and all that stuff. You don't sit there tell people how to eat pizza. It's patronising as fuck. Now, dating success. If you think this has been an interesting time, dating is you alright?
No, excuse me, I need the ladies' shirts.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, really?
Yep. on the topic of dating, let's say I've had some success, right? And first one is from the dating website Be Naughty, and a precursor of the story. There was very naughty in school, right? And I spoke to this lassie from Dunfermline, and she wanted to go on webcam with me, and I wasn't any kinky, but anyway, it eventually ended up quite kinky. But she was wanting to talk to me about, her Deadpool t-shirt she bought in Edinburgh, and I said, oh, that's lovely. So 5 seconds later, I disappeared, and then reappeared with a Deadpool suit on. And I kid you not, the Deadpool suit is actually a real thing. I'll show you a picture when we finish up. But anyway, when she seen it, she was another OMG no way. OMG no way. I said to you, I challenge you, go from your bit to the Glasgow bus station, and then Glasgow bus station through to Edinburgh, wearing that Deadpool suit. Don't take the hood down at any one point. And I thought, right, that's fine. When I was getting dressed, I was starting to think, this could be a bit humiliating, you know, imagine normal people looking at me and all that shit like that, you know. And I thought, humiliation? Bullshit! It's nothing humiliating. I could have got a good go on here. So, yeah, I lashed on the Deadpool suit, I got on the bus into Glasgow, and then I got the Edinburgh City Line bus. And she met me coming off the bus. Actually, it was that romantic a moment. She actually waited. She actually waited me off the bus, even holding a hand to make sure I wasn't going to stumble down the set of stairs and then spring the emergency ramp on or anything. But we met up and we went to our pals' student residences that were free. And put it that way, Deadpool time was high. And she wanted to be fucked by Deadpool, and guess what? It fucking will happen. And then obviously the time came, you know, the people happened, and we were just sitting on the bed spooning naked, and then she said, I want that Deadpool sit on me. I'm like, alright. And then you know, I seen her in the Deadpool suit, fucking hell, she can look at Deadpool suit by me. And what I seen was a glorious image of Deadpool with tits and a fanny, and put it that way, I was ready to go again for round number 2. And basically, I had the questionable one where I was fucking Deadpool. I was just understanding fucking not Deadpool, you're like, oh. And I was like, that's what I LGBT switchboard for this, but I'm going to keep pumping. I don't give a fuck, I'm going to just keep fucking Deadpool until I collapse or something. And yeah, I thought ride was very successful again. And at that point, because I obviously shot the load from the first time around, I lasted a bit longer, so I was fucking Deadpool like Seabiscuit. And yeah, it was a very successful.
Of course. Yeah.
It's alright. Well, I have chucked I'm so excited telling the story. I threw my batteries about, and that's not sexual innuendo. Disappointing, but anyway, yeah, that was a very. Hello? Yeah. So that was a very successful afternoon, and then on the way back to the 900 bus, she actually walked me hand in hand in the main street of Edinburgh, and people were looking at us like fucking weirdos, but to be honest, they're talking weirdos, not getting the boss on. And then she walked around to the X54. I could see her from the 900, and I was like, bastard! And it's even worse because I'm climbing up the stairs, and you know the light from the coach kind of beams out of your cock. I'm like, shit. Think of why the green and Sally career? Oh, I'm gonna die! Right, that's about the right emotion to be when you're on a city line. And then ticket, and I was like, yes. Oh, thank fuck. But that was a very successful time. And then in real life, success in Hamilton. Just lassie that let's say, no. Right? We've had some, let's say, infamous adventures together. Including the 900s, but that's a different situation. But anyway, right, so I met her in Hamilton. We were going to watch 50 Shades of Grey at the VUE, right? But I had an hour before it. And my pal had previously put a joint in my pocket, got a wallet. And he says, Andy, puff it whenever you want it, right? And anyway, I know that's what she said, but and the thing is, I talked to her about it, right? And I thought she'd be a typical lassie, like, no way, kind of thing like that. But no, she was actually a bit of a shock. She's a bit of a dark horse, really. If I didn't realise already. But she actually wanted to head up to sale, and I'm like, no, and right, hell, we're doing offers on it. And we did do offers on it. And whatever was in that joint made us rather fucking randy. It's like, for the record, I'm going to have to confess it because it's confession time. She was walking me down one of the main streets of Hamilton, and I had a rager. It felt shaming and comforting at the same time. And then we watched 50 Shades of Grey, right? But the only thing is, with 50 Shades of Grey, we weren't really interested in what was going on the screen. We were more interested in what's going on with each other. Because that room, when we were watching the last viewing of 50 Shades of Grey, it was actually an empty room, so we could fuck like bunnies, and we fucked like 4 times. So we could barely walk out of the place. And by that time the cannabis munchies had kicked in, so we went to this Indian takeaway and just ordered pizzas, and we were like, even the simple act of eating was dead romanticised.
I should get out eating.
Not that much, no, she told me it was fine, fuck. But this time around, she was going to my pizza box, that's what she said. But anyway, the thing was, she'd be feeding me pizza slices, and I'd be feeding her pizza slices, and this is all done in the main street of fucking Hamilton. this is how you get weird and fucked up here.
What happened was a lovely place.
It's a nice place.
Yeah, but we taint it. We taint it, including
Was that a nearby shop?
Yeah.
we taint Hamilton like what we did with Parks of Hamilton, the Nash Express, the back at Chip Shop in Bells Hill. There's
Did you just take buses and just do shit everywhere?
yeah, we're going to go north, east, south, west. That's the ambition.
Oh, excellent.
But anyway, yeah. So on Facebook, I have nearly 100 mates. Whereas Xbox Live, I only have 1. And people have asked me that question: what the fuck's that? What the fuck's going on? Apart from not using Xbox Live very much, I believe there's a nice phrase in life called wanker control. And it's nothing more frustrating than getting interrupted while you're playing Fallout 3 with shouty messages from the Facebook Drama Club or whatever it is. And you're just sitting there going, oh my god, this is really infuriating. I'm wanting to play Fallout 3 and batter in zombies and eventually repopulate in Fallout 103. But that's really the reason why I only have 1 person on the Xbox Live. It's not because there's any particular problem, it's just wanker control. And yeah, and the thing is, I do what's it called? I do a YouTube vlog, a monthly YouTube vlog called One Vannan, One Camera. And quite often I travel all around the place and we're not fucking with the camera switched on. But anyway, I was doing a research for the city of Birmingham. Right, apart from Birmingham having shitloads of canals, Birmingham was the first city to have an adult shop in it. So it actually makes me realise it actually makes sense why there's such a long queue at 11:15 at night for that overnight 336 National Express coach that goes Plymouth via Birmingham, Manchester and Preston. So it kind of makes sense why there's so many people queuing up for that bus. And see whilst they're on that bus, they're all sitting there cross-legged, sexually frustrated. They're not going down to Birmingham to visit somebody in a hospital or go down to a conference or see somebody. They're going down there to get a fucking jollies. And I'm surprised they're not having jollies in the toilet up in the back of the bus. Although the toilets in the back of the buses tend to smell like shite. And I don't see that being an aphrodisiac anytime soon. But yeah, Kelsey for me, I'm actually coming to the end of my madness. And it's called, I'm going to sing a song called That's What You Get, and it's the same tune as Paramore's That's What You Get When You Let Your Heart Win. Right, 3, 2, 1. That's what you get when you let your balls out. The Joannos. That's what you get when you let your balls out. The Joannos are honey love. You won fuck all. That's what you get when you let your balls out. The Joannos. Now, if you didn't know already, that was a parody type piss-sticky song of the very, very, very well-known Pokemon Go app. And guess what? Pokemon Go is not one of them you actually have to pay to have levels unlocked. You just do it yourself. It actually more entices you to travel about and travel about and explore kind of things. So that's quite a good thing. But weirdly enough, there's no digital monsters at TV service station, which is a bit of a bastard. But weirdly enough, although there's no digital monsters at a TV service station, at night TV service station could be used as a dogging spot. Because that actually happened one night. We were going to Birmingham and we seen his truck shaking back and forth. And I knew it wasn't a Michael Bay Transformers movie. And weirdly enough, the two parks drivers actually went across and had a look inside the truck. Yes, full National Express fucking tie and everything. I'm like, oh well, getting your rocks off at any time around the clock. But this is the end of the show, but I just want to say thanks to everybody for coming. And if you're wanting to see more mentalness, I'm actually on, I've got a Facebook page for the comedy, facebook.com/Andy Vannan Comedian. Also I've got a Twitter, that's @Mr. Vannan. And also I've got a YouTube channel at youtube.com/AndyMusTheFry, ANDYMUS. You're more welcome to do any things that actually have my social media information on. And if we do run out, you're more welcome to talk to us. But in the grand scheme of things, this is the end of the show. And I just want to say massive thank you to you all, and I absolutely love you all being here. So big thanks to you all.